I'd like to start the meeting of November 15th, 2022. I believe it's 7:05. And we'd like to start with our Pledge of Allegiance. David Cassiwork, would you please start us off with the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for attending. Mr. Abrams, would you like to start us off with our roll call?
Mr. Brennan.
Here.
Ms. Fry.
Here.
Mr. Hannah.
Here.
Mr. Rondo.
Here.
Mr. Stein.
Here.
Mr. Bodedian.
Here.
Mr. Youngkins.
Here.
Mayor Foss.
Here.
All present, sir.
Thank you. So we were in a executive session. That's why we're a couple minutes late this evening. We were looking over contracts and several other things here. It wasn't really a litigation issue. It was really contract issues and that we were discussing. So I'd like to start the meeting off with a commendation for Mr. Cassiwork. Dave Cassiwork, would you please come up to the podium?
Can't see.
Dave, you're not Brian, are you?
I had all kinds of prints on my glasses.
Yeah, give him time. Don't be crying before it's over.
So this gives me great pleasure to do this tonight. Honestly, David has given of himself, and for the last 5 years he's been videographing all the borough activities, from the park school to the parades to the council meetings to the fairs, you name it. Dave's been doing it. Dave was, I think, 23 years old when he first started. We need more young people in our town to step forward and give of themselves. So I'm going to start. Okay? This is a commendation from Munhall Borough to David Cassiwork. Whereas volunteer community service is an integral part of the operation and spirit of Munhall Borough, and whereas we honor those who generously give their time and talents to improve their communities, and whereas David Cassiwork, a lifelong resident of Munhall, and whereas David has contributed his time and talent to create the Munhall Borough video channel on YouTube and to provide information to the residents of Munhall. And whereas the Borough of Munhall recognizes David Cassiwork for his initiative and dedication to the residents for the past 5 years. Now, therefore, the Council of the Borough of Munhall, in appreciation of David Cassiwork's devotion and service to the borough, desire that there should be a permanent record of gratitude for his community service. Thank you, Dave.
Dave, speak.
Dave, no, we've got to get a picture here. Can I have a picture with him?
Speech.
Come on, Mom. Thank you. Congratulations, Dave. Thank you for all your help.
You know what, if I could add too, I consider David probably one of my best friends, even though there's not that much difference in age between us. But I do consider Dave one of my best friends, Dave. Congratulations.
Thanks, Dave.
I do too. This is great.
Okay, I'm going to turn the floor over to our mayor, Rob Falls, for a presentation of a proclamation to Breanne Francis.
It's definitely a night for young people, even one younger than Dave. Congratulations, Dave. You've done a great service to the borough for the last, 3-4 years you've been doing this?
Almost
Thank
five.
you. Almost 5. Sorry, went faster than that.
Oh, yeah. Years blur.
But I'm going to give this next proclamation is going to Breanne Francis. Breanne's been coming to the meetings since last February last year. Breanne started the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council at the high school. She's really is very an impressive young lady, and I'm proud to have her up here tonight with me to honor her with this proclamation. Whereas Breanne Francis was named one of the 9 2022 National Influencers by the National League of Cities. And whereas Breanne Francis was named a member of the chairman of the Pennsylvania SAD Student Leadership Council. And whereas Breanne Francis was a featured speaker at the Pennsylvania SAD State Conference at their annual conference at Seven Springs. Whereas Breanne Francis is a member of the National Honor Society at Still Valley Senior High School. And whereas Breanne Francis has over 250 hours of community and volunteer service to the community of Munhall. Therefore, I, Robert M. Falls, Mayor of Munhall, present this proclamation to Breanne Francis on her community service and academic achievements. This young lady has a great future in front of her, and thank you, Bree. Picture. Pictures. Yeah, Mom's here to get a picture. Grandma's here to get a picture.
Now she just needs to figure out where she's going with it.
Can I get it?
Yeah, you want to come on?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, it'll be in the valley, man.
Yeah, it's at the valley.
That's right.
We gotta get both our pictures in the valley here this week. One with David, you, and one with Bree.
There you go.
Have it sent over.
Well, the one that would take them to send it is.
Thank you for us to know. Covered it.
Breanne, thank you so much for your time and effort. We have enjoyed you being here.
I've enjoyed being here. Thank you for letting me, like up here for a while. I like it.
We got about 4 more months of Bree before she heads off to her future college.
We'll just gotta figure out where it's gonna be.
We also have, and, oh, that's what we also two parking.
Okay. You mean for resident parking?
Mr. President, are we still gonna do the reports?
Well, I'm going to speak on a few things right now. We are going to be changing the way we do council meetings in the new year. We're going to be actually inviting the people to come to the workshop meetings. That's when council will be discussing stuff, and we'll be welcoming the public to come in and ask questions and be a part of the decision making. And the council meetings are going to be more of a legislative meeting where we're going to be voting and getting things done. Certainly, public comment will be allowed at all the meetings. We're not going to do that, but it's not going to be a question and answer to our engineer or our fire. Well, our fire chief will be at the meeting, I believe, but our code enforcement officer and our public works directors, they're not going to be attending the meetings. They're going to be at the workshop meetings. It's going to be a workshop. And we're going to try this out and see how this goes for probably the next 6 months of the new year. We're going to start this in the new year, Seth. So that's just giving everyone a little heads up. There's going to be a little bit of changes on the way things are done. And we're looking forward to still being here And the idea is if people come and they have questions and we can't answer them, we can always get back to a resident. They can always call us during business hours. It's not like we don't want to answer questions, but and we've noticed a lot of tic-tac back and forth of, trying to put people on the spot. And we want to be forthright. We want to answer the best possible way we can. And if Seth or anyone on council or our solicitor can't do something, we'll certainly give back to our residents. Okay? We're going to have a couple we want to amend a couple things to our items for agenda for consideration tonight. One of them is going to be for David Cassiork. We're going to actually hire Dave at a minimal fee, and we have to do that. It's not on the agenda. It was supposed to be on the agenda. We'd spoken about, and so we're going to change that. And I think it's going to be a minimum of $600 or maximum of $600 a year to be paid. And basically, it's basically $50 for him to come and do the council meetings. Okay? And also, we also need to make a second amendment, and that will be for parking permits for residents. And do we need the two names of the residents? Or not?
Yeah,
We'll put them in the motion.
You want it, yeah.
Okay, all right, very good. So, just wanted to make that announcement. So, first off, we've been diligently working on the budget. Bill Hanna and Seth have really been working on this. They're the brainstorms of this. They put a lot of work hours in it. I thank Bill and Seth both for their hard, diligent work. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going on here. We don't have them out for the public yet.
No.
Okay.
They'll be
So-
at the end of the month.
They'll be done at the end of the month, but we've been working on them, and they're quite itemized. They're very legible, and there's a lot of information on them. We welcome the public to come and look at them. Next week will be, next month, will we have a public meeting that they can come and look at them and talk about them as well?
Would you like me to elaborate on that?
Sure, absolutely.
So the rest of the budget process, because it is a public process, is beyond any discussions that we have. Beginning the first week in December, I will post the budget message on our website, and it will be available for view for anyone who wants to come into the office during business hours. During the regularly scheduled workshop meeting, we will also be holding a public hearing on the budget for any public comment. And then it is scheduled the council will vote on the budget at their December 20th legislative meeting. So the public will have approximately 12 to 14 days of time to view the budget and then make comments, and then an additional week for council to consider those before a final vote is taken.
So will you put a notice on the website stating that they'll be available in the office?
It'll be on the website, it'll be in the Valley Mirror
Perfect.
as far as that it will be there.
Great.
And I'm pretty sure it'll end up on Facebook as well.
Okay, very good. Okay, so basically that has been our main topic of work. Obviously, there have been other things going on, and I'm going to proceed down the line to our solicitor. Do you have anything you'd like to report to us?
I do, just briefly, and for the benefit of the public and council, I prepared a memorandum dated November 7th. I just wanted to comment on it. It should be available for you to review. If you haven't, you can get it from Seth. Just alerting you to the change in the fireworks law. Pennsylvania's always had a state fireworks law. The state regulates the area of fireworks to that certain extent. They preempt the field. We cannot regulate differently than the state has, but the law has changed from the one in 2017, which didn't exist, which allows municipalities such as Munhall Borough to regulate consumer fireworks. So And it's defined, so it doesn't include sparklers and some of the smaller things don't meet that definition, but some of the bigger fireworks and people shoot off Roman candles and firecrackers, M80s, whatever they have, which what is legal to be sold and purchased is regulated by the state. We have no control over that, but we can regulate, when that can be used and also whether or not it can be used and even require a permit for people that want to shoot off fireworks. Now, you're not obligated to, but there are several choices on how we can regulate that, so I'm just putting it out there for council, mentioning to the public. And I think the memo explains it, but if you want to get into more detailed discussion, consider some of these, we'd have to draft an ordinance. So I just wanted to mention that at this time, and I'm available for any further discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Mayor, I did not purposely skip you, so I really wanted to hear from the solicitor.
I did too. No, just a couple announcements that I wanted to make. Not Halloween parade, that's over. The Christmas parade, the holiday parade is on, the Still Valley Holiday Parade is still on. I met with Homestead last week and Mayor Burwell, and I also want to give a credit to the Munhall Cares Group, who has got behind a lot of this and is going to do a lot of volunteer work with the parade. And it is still on, and it was pretty much safe. They got a big donation today from the Campbell Foundation. So the parade was saved, and there's no money out of any borough budget for this, other than I'll call on our police to help out a little bit with crowd control, some parking stuff, or our fire departments will be there also. Light Up Night is December 3rd. And we're going to have that, we talked about it last week at the workshop. We're going to decorate the old building. This building really isn't real friendly, user-friendly to decorate. So the old building is going to be decorated. I believe our Public Works, I think Glenn's already been out there working on some of that. I know the wreaths are up at least, right? So we're getting that started. And that'll be December 2nd here at the old building at 6 o'clock, and then we'll go into the fire hall afterwards for a visit with Santa. That's already been scheduled, and coffee, cookies, and hot chocolate.
Mayor, I thought you said December 3rd.
Oh, it is December 3rd.
Right.
Yes, wait, no, December 3rd is the...
Is the light up?
December 3rd is the parade. December 2nd is Light Up Night.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
All right.
I had it reversed. Thank you. And also, the Munhall Cares Group is going to be decorating the community room here on December 8th, the evening of December 8th. And on December 9th, Munhall Cares Group wants to do a visit with Santa. Pictures are free for your children. Welcome to give a donation if they want. But that'll be here from 6:30 to 8:30 on December 9th. And on December 8th, we'll be, they're getting some donations for people that have too many Christmas trees and get rid of some decorations. So if you want to get rid of some decorations, or if you have an old Christmas tree, we'll take it, because we're going to put a couple of trees and stuff up in the community room. That really concludes my report.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Can I bring my dog to have a picture with you?
We can do it.
Santa?
I think we can do this. Anything against having the dog under control? I think some people will try it. I think some people will probably do it.
I know. Borough Manager, do you have a report for us?
My report is on file, was reviewed with council at the workshop meeting. And Mr. President, I think you kind of summed it up. Since the last meeting, it's been budget, budget, budget.
And Seth has been working night and day on it as well. Thank you. Borough Engineer?
Thank you. I will keep it brief. I think the main new update that hasn't been discussed at the past couple meetings is that I'm working on getting a meeting with Robinson Pipe Company to...
Excuse me, I can't hear this.
Meeting with Robinson Pipe Company to discuss strategies for the sewer cleaning and televising work that was discussed in relation to MS4 and the flooding issues.
Okay.
Get their input.
Did they do that?
I'm sorry?
Have they done that?
Yes, yeah. We just wanted to speak with them because I've worked with them with some other clients, and I have a relationship with them that I could set up a meeting, and just get their advice on strategies for how best to set up that sort of contract work, for the CCTV and
Okay.
inspection of
Very good.
storm sewers.
Thank you. Anything else?
Unless someone has questions about anything else, that was my main new update.
Okay. Public Works Supervisor?
All I have is we're out picking up leaves. Give us time.
Bob, I never knew we picked up leaves.
Well, we have a truck that sucks them up, so. But it's gonna take us another month to get everybody caught up.
If I give you a call, will your truck come down into my yard and pick the trees, leaves up?
Not in your yard, but
We have to rake them to the sidewalk, or what's the
Yeah.
protocol?
to the sidewalk, or closest street as possible.
Okay. Great. I never knew we did that. That's awesome. Chief of Police, any reports?
Thank you, Mr. President. Police Department responded to 824 calls, made 22 arrests, 19 were adults, 3 were juveniles. We wrote 8 non-traffic citations and 9 traffic citations. And that's all I have.
Can I add something to that? I mean, I was gonna do it mine, and I forgot. After our motion tonight to hire the new officer upon his completion of the physical and the psychological test, we do not have any list, and I would like to see us authorize again to start up a new list. It will be good for a year, and we can extend it here for 2 years because I mean, there's a good chance we may be possibly losing a couple officers in the next year or two, right, Chief?
Okay, certainly. We can entertain that at that time.
Thank you.
Yep. Fire Chief?
Thank you, Mr. President. The Bureau of Fire responded to 34 incidents in October. 3 of those were structure fires. We had 7 accidents. Seth, did I give you my report? Did I email you the report? All right, I'll give you this copy. You can get it to council. Our response time is about 6.5 minutes, so when you call the fire department, we show up in about 6.5 minutes after you make the call. That's way below the national average, so we're doing pretty good with that. The key statistic is that we had no injuries for the month of October. The window was broke. Seth, did you know the window was broke up number 4 up on Main Street?
I
Somebody
did.
broke the garage window up there. So it's all taped up. I was gonna email you, I completely gone. I know PD knows about it, they were looking into it, see if they can get a camera or whatever, someone's on it. And the phone's still not working in the Bureau of Fire office, and they're not working over at Central either, so I don't know what I'm sure there's
We're working on that.
planning and process for that, but I'm just bugging you again, that's all. So I really don't have anything else to report. Anybody have any questions for the fire department?
Chief, when is, your last meeting is next December as chief?
If all goes well.
And how long have you served as chief?
20 years.
20 years as chief.
Well, 8 as chief, 20, and then 12 as deputy chief.
Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
Are you stepping down as chief and staying active, or are you retiring from the fire department?
I haven't decided that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
That's one final thing. I'd like council to put on the agenda for next meeting to ratify Glenn for his term as, 4-year term as fire chief,
We will do that.
starting January 1st.
We will
Thank
do
you.
that. We will do that. Thank you. Code enforcement?
You have a copy of my report. The only thing I have to add is all washed up car wash located on 8th Avenue will be opening this weekend, and they will be giving free car washes the whole weekend. So stop down and get your car washed.
When it's
And
30.
A couple people have asked me why they went to that. They used to have 4 bays, now they went to 1. They used to be able to do 35 cars an hour, and now they're going to be able to do 90. So with technology, they'll get more of the faster. On the average, it'll take 5 minutes to pay and go through.
Awesome.
That concludes my report.
Okay. And when are they going to be making burgers on the avenue?
Hopefully, they're shooting for around Christmas time,
Okay.
before Christmas.
Finance chair?
Okay, as previously discussed with Seth, the budget process, which is very important. Most problematic thing is the, the grant, the RSCP grant getting the funding prepaid this year, which as time moves on, that is becoming less and less of a possibility. So we are making plans to address that situation itself. Beyond that, we're working on the budget itself that will be discussed in December. So,
Yeah. Thank you, Bill. Sewer Authority?
Insight's been in the borough, working on pipes, relining them. They've been down on Ravine Street. They worked a couple of all-nighters, but they had no choice.
Saw them on Homestead Duquesne Road?
Yep.
Lining as well there?
Yeah, I didn't see them up there. Just happened to see them down there. But the construction started on the new building for the Sewer Authority up there on Main Street. If you've seen people working there, that's the Sewer Authority building now. So we were doing the work with Franjo. Looks like they were digging up the sidewalks.
Yes, they were.
So that's all.
Thank you. So I just have one comment that I wanted to start off with, and I forgot to do it, and honestly, I wanted to personally thank Austin Davis and congratulate him for his winning the lieutenant governor's position. And I also wanted to congratulate Mr. Fetterman, John Fetterman, as being our new state senator. We have two local people that hopefully can help support our borough. They certainly will have our ear. We know them personally, and we can certainly talk to them, so we're looking forward to seeing how well they do. And I really just wanted to make that on tape, thanking them and congratulating them and wishing them the best. Okay. Seth, I'm going to let you go over the approval of the minutes.
The minutes were handed out, draft minutes were handed out last week and reviewed, so council sees no changes. Ask for a motion to approve the minutes from last month.
Motion.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So at this time, we have no speakers on record, so I'm going to ask the public if anyone has any public comments.
I don't have a comment, I have a question, because the new legislative meeting is going to come in January.
Right.
I have a question on the $3,000 under recreation, under motion one, and then the miscellaneous, that's $9,560, where that might stem from?
Motion one,
Mhm.
The payment of bills.
that's payment.
The pay bill.
Okay. You're asking about $3,000 for recreation. Can you answer that, Seth?
Off the top, no, I'd have to go and check the actual payments made
Okay.
during that time.
All right. So we can get back to you on that expense. I'm not sure what it is either, to be honest with you. And what was the other question?
It was the miscellaneous, for the $9,000.
The $9,000.
Miscellaneous.
Again, we'll have to get back to you on that as well, I guess. Anyone else have any comment or anything that, first off, anything they'd like to ask council? And then we'll move on to anything, item agenda questions. Anyone else? Okay, so we'll move on to motions then.
First is going to be the motion to.
We'll do them at the end. We'll do them all at the end, okay? We'll go through and then we'll make the new amendments, motion 6 and 7, all right? So motion 1 to pay the bills for the period of October 16th, 2022 through October 21st, 2022 are summarized with a total of $879.12. I need a motion. Need a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous vote. Thank you. Motion number 2, motion to approve payroll for the period ending October 22nd with a total of $122,674.97. I need a motion.
I make a motion.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Am I supposed to ask for a question?
Yeah.
I am supposed to ask for a question. Any questions? But any opposed? Okay, motion to approve the hiring of a police officer from the civil service list pending the passing of final testing and final approval of council.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No questions? Because I already voted on it. So I should ask for the question first. So, motion number 4, motion to issue solicitations for engineering services. Any questions?
I do. Was this discussed in workshop last week?
It was.
Okay. Is there any provocation for us soliciting?
No.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, I need a motion.
Motion.
I need a second.
Second.
I need all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion passes unanimously. Motion 5, to reallocate previously allocated funds for locks to purchase tables for the community room. Ah, that's right. Any questions?
What does it mean by locks to purchase tables?
We, council had previously approved to, we were gonna try and purchase locks to secure some of the other areas.
We had allocated $7,000 to do that upstairs, and we've come to the understanding that we don't want to do that upstairs right at this time. We might interfere with fire hazards and fire codes and whatnot, so.
So we're gonna use that money for tables?
We're not using all that money, but we're gonna use a certain portion for community room tables.
Cool.
I would like to say something to everybody here. I am very interested in getting a senior citizens group started in Munhall. And we would use that community room since we have it upstairs. And I was the one who approached council and asked if we could please, we have chairs, but we need tables. And I put the article in the Valley Mirror, and then Rob put it on Facebook because I'm not on Facebook. And everybody is saying, I'm getting calls, now I'm going to be getting emails. There's a lot of people interested. So please pass the word, because I feel that this is something our borough needs. We have a lot of older people who would just love to get out. And so that's why this motion is on there, because we have chairs, but we don't have tables. And it'd be nice if people could sit around and talk and all that.
Reenie's been getting a heck of a response on that on Facebook, by the way. And a couple of questions I might as well ask now. What is the age?
What is the age?
Some people know
We
it's
usually say 55 and older.
55 and older.
I'm not going to card you.
And it's anybody in the
It's
Still
anybody who
Valley,
would like to come.
including West Mifflin, because someone from West Mifflin
It could
actually
be
asked if they
anybody.
could be on it.
And if they can get here and they want to participate, more power to them.
Okay, that's
You
what I
know,
thought.
I don't want to say it's only Still Valley.
Yeah, because I'll fill the answers
Come
for
on.
us, so I'll fill the answers
It's a
that
little
they have
girl, really.
on there.
And it is December 6th, 10 to noon right now. Thank you.
So, thank you, Rini. I need a motion.
I make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so motion number 6 is going to be, what are we looking at? Right. So I need a motion to add new motions to the agenda.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so the first amended motion is going to be,
To hire David Cassiork.
that's correct, to hire David Cassiork to be our videographer for council meetings with a maximum $600 spent per year. I need a motion.
Motion.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, motion number 7.
Is to approve disabled parking requests from residents at 841 East 10th Avenue and Longfellow Drive that have been reviewed by the police department and approved on their end.
And this is for a parking, a handicap parking plaza.
For those, one for each of those.
Okay? I need any questions? I need a motion.
Motion.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. No one's opposed. Any public comment on anything that we just voted on? Okay. Any additional items? Anyone from council, everything I'd like to bring up? Rini, I'd like to bring one thing up about the seniors. Since I'm just a young senior, I'm not sure if I can attend those meetings, but I'll be more than happy to help you move tables around.
Thank you.
One thing for council.
Seth?
So, for the council members, as we've been having the discussions, including during last week's workshop meeting and last night's finance meeting, everyone has in front of them the revised budgets based on requests that have been made. And some of the things that should be noted are on the revenues, everything that we discussed except for penalty fees, because those are tough to budget for. Late fees for things have been added. And on the expense side, pretty much all the areas that were marked in orange as being potentially flexible or able to be removed have been moved into the alternates category to work on decreasing the expenses. So they have not been totally moved out. They will not count as part of the balanced budget, but should we end up with additional funds that can help guide the wish list. So
Okay.
please take time, review those, let me know if you have any other questions on pieces of it, come see me. Otherwise, I will shortly begin putting together the full budget message for
Okay.
public review.
So anyone have any questions, please call Seth, don't email him or text him, give him a phone call. Talk to him personally and say, Seth, I'm interested in line item 4.03.192, the tax collector and FICA Medicare, whatever, okay? Get specific and make the phone call. Anything else from anyone? Thank you all for coming, and hope you have a good evening. I need a motion for adjournment. No motion? Motion. I need a motion for adjournment.
Motion. You have motion from Stein.
Second from Mr. Ondo. Mr. Ondo, is that truly second?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, he did. Thank you all for coming.